Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the Object 140. This is a tier 10 Soviet medium tank armed with a 100mm cannon. The game I'm playing is an encounter battle on Siegfried Line War. There are 9 tier 10s on my team and 10 on the enemy team and no artillery. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and coated optics. I don't remember how many crew skills and perks I had for this game, but I believe it was about 5 or 6. I've started out this game heading towards the city, even though the encounter base is out in the field. Since I have a light tank overwatching the base, I don't really need to be a spotter over there, and this area allows me to play a bit of a dual role here. I can support my teammates in the city, and I can easily reposition to spot or snipe anyone that gets too aggressive in the field. This game is from about a year ago, and so I've improved my gameplay with the Object 140 quite a lot since then, but at the time one of the main things I was having trouble with was fighting heavy tanks from the front, because even though the Object 140's got some great mobility, you're not always lucky enough to be able to just outmaneuver the enemy heavy tanks. That can get you in a lot more trouble. So one of my platoon mates, Noble 838, gave me a suggestion to try side scraping with the Object 140 very carefully, and we'll be able to see that later this game. But for now, I'm going to help my teammates swarm this mouse. There is a lot of hit points I can farm up here, and even though there's not enough room to fully circle around this heavy tank, I'm able to get along his flat side, and he only has a shot on the top of my turret, which can be quite difficult to get through even under ideal circumstances. I'm almost able to get the kill here, but my E100 teammate gets a shot in just before I'm loaded. But I was still able to get over 2,000 damage there, in just a little over 30 seconds of fighting. My heavy tank teammates are doing a great job pressing the advantage in the city here, and so I'm taking advantage of this distracted T-57 to get a couple easy shots. That's another tier 10 heavy out of the way, and my team is just dominating the city. Now I'm going to look towards trying to get this light tank that's on the base out of the way. Most of them is hidden behind a dead tank here, so this is a very difficult shot, and I'm just going to have to wait for RNG to give me some luck. There we go, that's another problem solved. Now my heavy tank teammates have started pushing out of the city, and the timing of getting distracted with that light tank works out really well here, because my heavy tank teammates have absorbed the initial volley from the enemies out in the field. They're doing their job well, causing a distraction, and so now I can do mine, which is providing flexible support, which in this case is going to be trying to push those enemies back behind cover so that my other teammates can move forward. Because right now they still have a Death Star, Jagdpanzer E100, and a Waffenträger E100. So that's a lot of firepower which could devastate my teammates. And so by me moving forward, I can get inside their perimeter, spot out the snipers, and allow my heavy tanks to move up to take away the enemy's advantage. I take a big hit here, and I've got to back up so that I don't get killed. The enemy Waffenträger gets unlucky on a few of his shots there, otherwise this situation could have ended up a lot worse. I switched to my HE shells for a shot here, but it doesn't end up doing a lot more damage. I'm getting some nice assisted ribbons from the enemy Death Star getting hit, and since I was able to spot out both of those enemy tier 10 tank destroyers, I ruined any chance the enemy had at making a comeback, because they weren't able to have a staggered defense. Now it's time for some close quarters fighting, and I don't start off side scraping here because the enemy wasn't prepared for my attack, so I just go in and get a quick shot and back out. I wasn't likely to pen the side of that E100, but I waited till he backed all the way up, and I was able to get a nice clean shot on his drive wheel. Now I'm starting to side scrape here, and I'm going to switch over to my heat round so that I can pen the E100's turret. Side scraping will give the Object 140 a decent chance to bounce shots, but the main advantage I find is that it minimizes your tank's profile and can make it quite difficult to hit even at a short to medium range. It's amazing the difference these heat rounds make when fighting that flat but very thick German armor. And thanks to the side scraping, that shot gets absorbed right into my track. Otherwise, that E100 definitely could have killed me on a high roll there. That's an easy shot on the E100 to finish him off. I'm back to my APCR shell since I won't be fighting the fronts of any tanks for the rest of the game. With my great mobility, I'm able to get around the back of this Jagdpanzer E100 quite easily, and that gives me some easy shots to finish off the game. My team managed to capture the base and destroy all the enemies at the same time. A double win there. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I earned 71,000 silver without any multipliers, remembering that I did use a large first aid kit. I earned 5,286 experience with the 2x daily bonus. In this game, I dealt 7,531 damage, assisted with 2,596 damage, and destroyed 2 enemies while blocking 750 damage. This earned me a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker and Confederate Medal. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,762. I managed to hit 32 of my 35 shots and penetrate 24 of those. I was glad to see that there were no players on my team that had 0 damage. Everyone was able to make some sort of contribution, and we were able to keep 2/3 of our team alive. In terms of crew and module damage, I injured the gunner in the AMX 1390, damaged the engine in the Maus, damaged the gun on the Waffenträger off E100, damaged the fuel tank in the T-57, and injured the driver in the M103. So with that game, I didn't have to really do anything crazy. I was just able to go with the flow and support my teammates. I did a little bit of swarming, sniping, spotting, and even side scraping near the end there. And what was really nice about this game is that I ended up with a huge amount of damage, but still had an overall great performance from my team. But this really shows the potential of the Object 140 and all the other Russian mediums to come out with a huge performance when your team doesn't even need it. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.